Back. Second diagram, UML diagram we'll see is the sequence diagram. A sequence diagram or an event diagram or event scenario is a visual depiction of interactions or methods between objects. Vertical lines are called lifelines. They are drawn under each object involved in the interaction. Horizontal arrows represent the messages exchanged between them in the order in which they occur. Here is an example. So, Jane is an object from the customer class. Jane cart is an object from the cart class. This object Jane is invoking a method add milk to the Jane cart object. What does that mean? While coding, somewhere in your code, you are going to have written the following: Jane cart dot add milk. That's what this means. Okay, somewhere you are going to have to type this in. That's what this represents. And what you get is true in this case. So what does this small rectangle represent? It represents the time span taken for this task to be completed. So that gave you a true return value. Sometimes methods don't return anything. They then return what is called none object. So in other words, sometimes the return may not have this true return on it. Okay, but here it is returning a boolean value true. Next, Jane customer is invoking remove milk, so that is Jane cart dot remove milk. So milk has been removed. That also returned true after some time. Next, after removing milk, Jane is invoking the method add on Jane cart. So that is Jane cart dot add juice. This was typed in, but the result here is false. Okay, so that is my code is giving me false at this point. My code, whatever the process is, it's returning true in the earlier two cases. So this is just an interaction. How would you possibly draw something like this? Well, go back to your UMLED. That's easy to draw with. So how do you detect UMLED? umled.com. Okay, go there. You will find UMLED Tino. Go there, start UMLED Tino now. So there you go. So you want to be drawing sequence diagrams, correct? So you say you want to draw this particular sequence diagram. What will we do? Here is the UMLED Tino. So you see here, so there are options. That's where you see UML sequence. Okay. I want first an object, Jane customer. Okay. There you go. I don't want the name instance. Notice how it's underlined. How do you get underlined? By having an underscore on either side. That underlines your name. So I don't want to underline it. I just want to say Jane is from the from the class customer. So Jane is an object from the class customer. So notice it is done. How do I draw this lifeline? I draw that lifeline here. There you go. Maybe I'll get this a little bit to the front, and this is my lifeline. Next, Jane cart. In other words, I need another object, okay, and it is called Jane cart. Jane cart is from my cart class. So notice, if I want an underline here, then I will just place underscore underscore. So that gives me an entire line underlined. Okay. Now I don't want it underlined, then I remove the underscores. Okay, so we got this. Next, I have a small timeline there. Which is good. Next, I want a rectangle there. Okay, so that is the rectangle. I want one more timeline here. All right. And another rectangle there. Oops. Ah, it's too fat. All right. So try again. All right. So notice I can expand this if I need, and so on and so forth. All right. So I have another small piece of timeline there, and so on. So again, this can be extended too, you notice, so on and so forth. Okay, but anyway, I'm just giving you an idea. How do I get an arrow there? So this is the arrow I want, solid arrow. Okay, and it's going the other way. So there and there. All right. Okay, so how do I write the message? Add milk. Okay, so that's something you need to know. I have highlighted the arrow, and just so this symbol represents that arrow, I will simply say below it, add milk. Okay, I can keep it above or keep it below. I like it above, so there you go. Right, it centered it. Now I want a return of a dotted line. Okay, so if you notice, I don't see any options here, but no harm done. You can always search anywhere else. There you go. Okay, so there. Okay, I think this is not the one I want. I don't want the open one. I wanted this one. All right. So I hope you have a feel now how to draw these uh, sequence diagrams. Okay, you have to use. So this also you want to say true. So that is the symbol for a dashed arrow. So let me say true, and I would like it below. So there you go. Okay. So I hope this gives you an idea how to draw the entire picture. Once you have the entire picture, I told you informed you in your previous video how to get a printout of this. Do file export. This is a Dropbox export. I prefer file export. You file export, save diagram file or save image file. Save image file, that's better, because then it saves a PNG file. Okay, so I have the diagram saved here. All right, so I hope you have a feel for how it's done. Now the task for the sequence diagram is, here is an exercise. You have 3 objects and there are 9 interactions. Draw sequence diagrams. So you will have 3 objects, you will have 3 lifelines or timelines, and draw diagram, sequence diagram to express this interaction. Okay, until then,